The end of the season is upon us. And as we get towards the end of the season, we got playoffs, we got Pro Bowl, and then eventually we got the ultimate goal, the Super Bowl. So, um, week 17, games haven't started yet. Recording this on a Saturday. Here is my Pro Bowl team, or the team that I believe should be going to the Pro Bowl for each conference. Pro Bowl voting is closed, but yeah, here are the guys I think should make it. First off, we'll start off with the AFC quarterbacks. First quarterback. Okay, the first two are kind of locks, and I think everyone knows who they are. They're battling for the MVP award. First quarterback, I have Lamar Jackson having a hell of a season, making it a hard argument for Josh Allen to win the MVP. And spoilers, yeah, Josh Allen is the second quarterback here, but we'll get to him eventually. Lamar Jackson has 39 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions, have a really high passing rating. Leading this Ravens team. Without him, the Ravens teams wouldn't be as good as they are right now. Him and Derrick Henry was that fantasy combo we kind of been wanting to pair up, and they're finally paired up, and they're killing it right now. So the Ravens, they're one of the best teams in the AFC because of Lamar Jackson. This is a no-brainer. So get Lamar in the Pro Bowl. Second quarterback, Josh Allen. Ever since that man got engaged to Haley Steinfeld, he was proving a point. He went Super Saiyan. There was a game he threw a touchdown, rushed for a touchdown, and had a receiving touchdown all in one game. So that's hard stats to say he's not an MVP candidate, or not even the MVP favorite. Of course, he's the MVP favorite. He might win it all just because of that game alone. But he's been on one. He's been limiting the turnovers. That's been one of his biggest issues. Only has 6 interceptions this year, over 3,500 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, and a pass rating of 101. So the Bills, again, another top team in the AFC. They're going to win the AFC East if they haven't so already. And yeah, 2 contenders there for the Super Bowl. Third quarterback, I got Patrick Mahomes. Okay, I know Patrick Mahomes is not having a great season. I know. But his team is 14-1, and it should wins be considered a stat for a quarterback? I don't know. We use it all the time for Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Why not for the Pro Bowl, man? Because he's getting his team some victory, and his stats aren't that horrible. Yeah, 11 interceptions, not the greatest, but he has 26 passing touchdowns and over 3,900 passing yards. QB rating's a little low, but I included him. But hear me out. I only included them because these 3 teams are Super Bowl favorites for the AFC side. So I think one of them are going to be in the Super Bowl. So one of them will be able to play the Pro Bowl. And if that's the case, I included a fourth quarterback. That fourth quarterback being Joe Burrow, having a hell of a season. Joe Burrow is killing it with the Bengals. That offense is amazing. It's unfortunate that their defense has been sucking the way it has. This team, the offense, the way it's been going, Joe Burrow could have been an MVP candidate if the Bengals were winning games. That's why Wentz should potentially be a quarterback stat, because he's not in talks for MVP just because of the amount of wins this team has. Now, yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow, he's having a hell of a season. They're going to play the Broncos today. I mean, I'm sure we'll find out the results before this video is up, but find to make the playoff. If they win out and the Broncos lose out, they're in. So I include Joe Burrow because I think one of these 2 quarterbacks might be going to the Super Bowl on the AFC side. So, yeah, and that'll be the one to fill in that spot. And also, just to preface, the stats are as of Thursday night football games. Yeah. So, just those stats. This video might be posted after the Sunday slate of games, after Week 17 has been completed. So the stats may be a little different, but this is as of Thursday Night Football of Week 17. Now we move to the NFC side. And if you haven't caught on already, I'm just going to go 3 from the AFC, 3 from the NFC, and then we'll just work our way down from that way. So 3 quarterbacks for the NFC side. First quarterback, no-brainer, Jared Goff. Lions are killing it. They only have, 2 losses on the season. Jared Goff is a huge reason why. Over 4,000 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and 112.2 passer rating. He's killing it this season. That trade with the Rams is phenomenal. Probably the most even trade. Jared Goff is probably like the best thing the Lions could have got from that trade. It's most balanced because longevity-wise, they could win a potential Super Bowl and still have their franchise quarterback. Whereas the Rams, Matt Stafford is past his prime, but at least they got a Super Bowl already out of him. So, hell of a trade. Obviously, he's killing it this season. The Lions are doing great things. They're favorites to make it to the Super Bowl from the NFC side. So, of course, he's my number one quarterback for the Pro Bowl. Second quarterback, I got Sam Darnold. What a turnaround he had this season. He's killing it, actually. Oh, gosh. He's killing it, actually. So, without Sam Darnold, the Lions, without Sam Darnold, the Vikings would probably not be where they are right now. He has over 37,000 passing yards, 32 passing touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and 105 passer rating. Now, the AFC side is more stacked than the NFC side in terms of quarterbacks, it seems like. So, Sam Darnold's the second best quarterback I could find this season on the NFC side. Now, the third quarterback was a little bit more challenging to find. Some may say Jalen Hurts, but I don't think he's that great of a passer or killing it this season. Some others may say Matthew Stafford, but, a slow start for a season. In my personal opinion, I think we should send Jayden Daniels, the favorite to win the Offensive Rookie Player of the Year. Jayden Daniels having a great season, and the Commanders won't be where they are without Jayden Daniels. So, Jayden Daniels, he passed for over 3,300 passing yards. Jesus. He has 22 passing touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 101 passer rating. I think he makes a great case to make the Pro Bowl. Either way, I think Jayden Daniels should make it. He's an explosive runner, explosive passer. He makes plays. He's able to come back in games. He's been a clutch performer. So, yeah, those are my three quarterbacks for the NFC side. Next up, running backs. The position everyone thought was dying, but arguably without these three running backs, or without these 6 running backs, these teams wouldn't have found as much success. So, first running back from the AFC side, I got Derrick Henry. That man's a tank. It's hard to take him down. And yeah, you combine him with Lamar Jackson, you got some doubt in your head whether Lamar's going to keep it or he's going to hand it off to Derrick Henry. He's been a workhorse. And he's the second leading rusher in the NFL. He's rushed for over 1,700 rushing yards, 14 rushing touchdowns. It only has 3 fumbles. You want to see a little bit less, but it's not bad. That guy's hard to stop. Hell of a season. Big key to why the Ravens find success as well. And you just combine with Lamar, that's why they're such a great team. And yeah, I think he's the obvious choice for the AFC side for the first running back. Second running back. It was a little tougher on the AFC side for this position. I mean, I don't know. I had Joe Mixon. I put Joe Mixon in there. He had a great start of the season, but ever since he's been kind of like fading a little bit. As the Texans' momentum was dying, so was his momentum. So far, he has 993 rushing yards, 11 rushing touchdowns, and 0 fumbles. That's huge. Huge. He's able to secure the ball, and he makes good plays. He runs. He makes the plays when they need it. They get the crucial first down conversions, and sometimes he breaks out for huge plays. He's been a great fantasy running back. But the first half of the season, the last few games, been kind of choking for y'all in the playoffs. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, Joe Mixon. I think he's been the second best running back in the AFC. Third, I got Jonathan Taylor. His team is not too hot. He's rushed for over 1,100 rushing yards, 8 rush touchdowns, 3 fumbles. The 3 fumbles is what's kind of it's not too bad. He had worse. He has worse. Fumbling has always been a concern for Jonathan Taylor. So 3's not bad. I know he missed a few games, but he still rushed for over 1,000 yards. And he's been a productive running back, breaking out for big plays here and there for the Colts. Colts have been an explosive offense, and he's been a piece as to why. So, those are my 3 AFC running backs. Now, we move on to the NFC running backs. These guys, I think, are better. All right? And in terms as a group, a running back group. they're the more obvious choice for me. The AFC was a little strong. Now, for the NFC, obvious choice. Potential MVP candidate, Saquon Barkley. He rushed for over 1,800 rushing yards. 13 rushing touchdowns, and he only fumbled the ball twice. And you can't forget the amount of receiving yards he has as well. Huge reason why the Eagles have been successful this season. And he's just making plays left and right. You know, the reverse hurdle, like, come on. You don't see anyone else doing that. That was the first time I ever seen anything like that. So, he's the obvious choice to make the Pro Bowl. Second running back, Josh Jacobs. Finding huge success with the Green Bay Packers. Rushed for over 1,200 rushing yards, 13 rushing touchdowns, 3 fumbles. But he's been a huge key to that Packers offense. And that Packers offense has been heating up, and so has he. So, and I know that because he's on my fantasy team. So he's killing for me, especially in the playoffs. Keep it up, Josh Jacobs. Third, I got Jahmyr Gibbs. He rushed for over 1,100 rush yards, 0 fumbles, and 12 rushing touchdowns, all while splitting carries with David Montgomery. Huge numbers, great numbers, and he's been a receiving threat for the Lions as well. He's the playmaker for that Lions team, making plays left and right, explosive running back. He's a no-brainer for me for that third. I think these 3 were easier than the AFC side. So, those are my 6 running backs. Now we move on to the wide receivers. For the AFC side, okay. This one was a little weird. Okay, but hold on, I don't know. I'll explain. First wide receiver for the AFC side, Ja'Marr Chase. Or, if you are watching Minecraft NCAA, Ja'Marr Chase. Now, he's a no-brainer. He's leading in almost all the categories for wide receivers. He has 108 catches, over 1,500 receiving yards, and 16 receiving touchdowns. That man is having a heck of a season combined. Him and Joe Burrow, that Bengals offense, again, a great offense, horrible defense. Now, he's doing his job. He's putting in the work. Obvious wide receiver 1 there for me. Second one, a little bit trickier. But I put Jerry Jeudy. Because who else would you put in? I mean, I'll get to the third one as well, but 72 catches, over 1,000 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns. Now, hear me out. He's doing this while his quarterback is on a quarterback carousel. His team is in a quarterback carousel. He had Deshaun Watson, Jameis Winston. Now he's on DTR. So, good numbers. I know it's kind of inflated because of the last few games. And I know he had a game over 200 receiving yards. But that's still nuts. So, I got Jerry Jeudy just because there's not much more options there on the AFC side. And then my last one, I got Brian Thomas Jr. I put the Rook in. Put respect on the Rook's name, man. 73 receptions, over 1,000 receiving yards, 9 reception touchdowns, broke the record for the Jags in terms of rookie receiving numbers. So, those are my 3. I think I got to put the Rook in. He's having a great season while playing with Trevor Lawrence and Mac Jones and all that's going there in Jacksonville. He's still putting up numbers. So, I'm going to put the Rook in. I think these are my 3 AFC. I couldn't think of more other potential players in the AFC side. I mean, I know you got Tyreek Hill. He's having a down year. Trust me, I'm a Dolphins fan, and I didn't even put him in here. So, not going Tyreek. I don't know who else. I mean, not Jalen Waddle. Amari Cooper, not really. I mean, yeah. So, those are my 3 AFC. NFC wide receivers, a lot easier and a lot better, unfortunately. Besides Ja'Marr Chase. Arguably the best receiver in the league. So, first NFC receiver, I got Justin Jefferson. 92 catches, over 1,300 receiving yards, 10 receiving touchdowns so far in the season. So, Vikings, man, it's like their offense is really weird. It's like you either shut down Justin Jefferson, the rest of the team goes off, or you shut down the rest of the team and he goes off. And either way, it's hard to shut him off anyway. So, huge playmaker, arguably one of the best receivers in the league. That's a no-brainer. Second wide receiver for the NFC side, I got Amon-Ra St. Brown. 101 catches, over 1,100 receiving yards, and 11 touchdowns. So, and I love his celebrations. Upside down one's great. But he's it was a slow start to the season, but he's a consistent. He's been pretty healthy so far this season. I know he probably missed like 1 or 2 games, but he's been consistent, putting up numbers. He's been there when the Lions needed him, and he's been a great weapon for them. Third, I would have put CeeDee Lamb in, but the Cowboys just said he's out for the remainder of the season, so I don't think he's eligible for the Pro Bowl. So I got Terry McLaurin in, 73 catches, over 1,000 receiving yards, 12 receiving touchdowns. A great receiver, but he's just been around a lot of bad quarterbacks, man. Finally got a solid quarterback. He's putting great numbers. I think we should send him to the Pro Bowl. Other than him, maybe Mike Evans if he didn't get hurt. But, I mean, maybe Mike Evans can make a crazy 2-game stretch and probably make an argument. But as of right now, I'm going with Terry McLaurin. I'm going to put respect on Terry McLaurin's name. And I'm going to send him to the Pro Bowl in my ballot. So, those are my 6 receivers. Moving on to tight ends. AFC tight ends. First one, no brainer. Brock Bowers. The rookie's been killing it. He's already he's up there with the tight ends. He's probably been the best tight end this season. I'm going to give him that. He's been one of the best tight ends this season. 101 catches, over 1,000 receiving yards, and 4 reception touchdowns. He's been killing. He's been hard to stop, and he has to play with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell and whoever else is there at the Raiders. Maybe he'll be playing with Cheddar. I think Cheddar might be going to Las Vegas, but according to him, he might be going to the Giants. So we'll see. We'll find out. Whoever's quarterback for him, he'll be probably even put up better numbers with the better quarterback. So, Brock Bowers. Second, I got Travis Kelce. I know a lot of us don't like Taylor Swift. I know the Chiefs are doing some voodoo magic to end up winning these games. The luckiest, 14-1 team? Currently 15-1, something like that. I mean, they're still getting the job done. Travis Kelce, he hasn't been the staple, the big weapon on this team this year. It's been kind of spread out through everyone, and that's what's kind of making them dangerous because everyone's making plays. Everyone's stepping up. But he still has 97 catches, 823 receiving yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns, which is still up there for tight ends. So he's still having a good season, even on his down year. So that's why I got Travis Kelce as my second tight end. And then my third tight end, put Jonnu Smith. I think he wasn't a big weapon the first half of the season, but the second half of the season is what really brought him up in terms of tight end stats. 76 catches, 802 receiving yards, and 6 receiving touchdowns. Been a big part for the Dolphins' offense the last few games. He's been stepping up, making plays. I'm putting respect on his name. I think he should go to the Pro Bowl as well. Not that the Pro Bowl matters anymore, but, it's just pretty much flag football. But, it's still something for the legacy. So I'm going to throw Jonnu Smith in there. I think he deserves it. Now for my NFC. First tight end for the NFC side, guy, George Kittle. Huge playmaker for the 49ers. Unfortunately, they've been eliminated from playoff contention, but he still had a great season. 68 catches, 967 receiving yards, and 8 receiving touchdowns, which I think he leads the league in tight ends for receiving touchdowns. So, hard hitting tight end, makes the plays when it matters. Bada bing, bada boom. Second tight end, I got Trey McBride. Crazy stat. 0 receiving touchdowns. I think we've all seen that, but that's still nuts to me. He has 92 catches and 958 receiving yards. Now, pair that up with 0 receiving touchdowns. He's been making plays for the Cardinals. A big weapon for Kyler Murray, and he's having a great season. So I'm sending him in there as well. Next tight end, I included Tucker Kraft. I think he's worthy. He's been a weapon for the Packers team as well. Big target, 7 receiving touchdowns is huge for a tight end this season. 618 receiving yards with 44 catches. So I think he's been making plays. I thought he's arguably the third best tight end in the NFC side in this season. So for that reason, I included him in there. And just a heads up, I did skip O-line just because I'm not the most knowledgeable person in terms of talking to the O-line, the big boys. But speaking of big boys, we'll go straight to the edge. We'll go to the defensive side. The AFC side, the first two, pretty simple, pretty easy. They're in contention for that Defensive Player of the Year. award. TJ Watt, Myles Garrett. Now, TJ Watt, 61 sacks. I got that reversed. What the hell? Hold on. No. 61 sacks is nuts. Okay, pause. You guys didn't hear anything. Whoever made this graphic, I did. But, reverse that. It's 11.5 sacks, 61 tackles, and 6 forced fumbles. Damn. How did I mess up that bad? Jesus. So, he's having a great season. He's the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year. And, of course, if he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year, send him to the Pro Bowl. Second, I got Myles Garrett. 41 tackles, 12 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. He's been a threat on that defense for the Browns. Now, he's not getting much hype for the award for Defensive Player of the Year because, the Browns. Yeah, they're kind of stinking it this year. And my last edge for the AFC side, I'm gonna put Nick Bonito. I put Nick Bonito. I'm giving respect to the Broncos. He's been a huge reason why that defense has been stepping up. 43 tackles, 11.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. No one's really talking about Nick Bonito. He's actually been making big plays for the Broncos defensively and been a huge reason for that huge step up in play for the defense there. He's been fitting this game. He's been making the plays. He's up there in numbers in terms of sacks with the big dogs. So I'm going to give him some respect. I'm sending it to the Pro Bowl in my ballot. I think he should be making it. Now, NFC side. Edge rushers was a little more trickier, but still, first one, I'm putting in Andrew Van Ginkel. He's arguably one of my favorite edge rushers ever since he played for the Dolphins. That guy can do it all. He can cover. He can rush. He's been mostly rushing this season for the Vikings. You know what? I got Andrew Van Ginkel stats right, but everyone else is wrong. I don't know what's up with me, man. But whatever. Van Ginkel got 11 sacks this season, 69 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and I'm sure he got a pair of interceptions too. Even scored, I believe. Maybe he scored. I think he scored 2 defensive touchdowns. So even if he did, that's nuts. The second edge from the NFC side, I'm gonna pair him up again with his teammate Jonathan Greenard. He has 11 sacks, 52 tackles, and 4 fumbles. This graphic is just throwing me off, but still, he's having a good season. I think those two, it's been having a very productive season. That Vikings defense has been boosted tremendously. Probably because of Brian Flores and also because of these players, man. They've been fitting his scheme, doing what they've been asked. That defense has been stepping up. It's tough to play against the Vikings this year. The Vikings took a big step up. No one thought the Vikings would be this good. And they're probably this good because of Sam Darnold and that defense. So the whole team in general has been stepping up. So good coaching there by their coach. Those two has been a huge reason to why. So I'm sending them both to the Pro Bowl. Micah Parsons is the third edge. Yeah, I was having trouble finding that third. I mean, even with him missing some time because of injuries, he still has 9.5 sacks, 37 tackles, and 2 forced fumbles. Putting up some numbers, and he's also being double teamed almost every play as well. So even with that, he's still putting up numbers and he missed some time. So respect to Mike Parsons, I would want him to go to the Pro Bowl as well. These are the guys from the NFC side I would choose. Next, the other big boys. The tackles, defensive tackles. AFC side, first defensive tackle, I got Cameron Hayward. And then also, I'm just going to say this because people probably argue with me. I'm not going to do this in order of who's been having a better season. Here's just the 3 guys that I would send to the Pro Bowl. So, first off, Cameron Hayward, 8 sacks, 70 tackles, 0 forced fumbles. That Steelers defense, it's been huge for years. And he's been a huge part as to why, especially this season as well. He's still up there in age and still making plays. He's still that guy. And, yeah. Next, I got Chris Jones, 5 sacks, 37 tackles, 1 forced fumble. Chris Jones has been a beast for the Chiefs. I know he's been out he missed the Christmas game, but his injury isn't that bad, but so yeah, he's been making plays. He's a monster for the defensive front for the Chiefs. A huge reason why the defense finds a lot of success. He's able to apply pressure and stuff the run. So Chris Jones is one of the better defensive tackles in the league. And then third, I'm sending Zach Sealer in there. He's an underrated defensive tackle for the Dolphins. When he missed games, that defense does not step up for the Dolphins. But when he's in there, he's a huge reason why they're able to stop the run. He has 8.5 sacks. He's also able to apply pressure to quarterbacks as well. 45 tackles and 1 forced fumble. He's able to make plays. He stepped up big time since Christian Wilkins he left the team. So I'm gonna give him some respect, and I would want to see him in the Pro Bowl as well. Now for the NFC side. First one, Sexy Dexy. Sexy Dexy. I'm sending him to the Pro Bowl. That guy's a dog, man. Even though the Giants has been sucking, he's still been making plays. 9 sacks, 44 tackles, 1 forced fumble. That guy is a wrecking ball. Speaking of wrecking balls, Jalen Carter has been arguably the best defensive tackle this year. So I got to send him in there as well. So he has 4.5 sacks, 42 tackles, and 2 forced fumbles, making plays for the Eagles. And the Eagles just kind of like retooling that defense. It's kind of nuts, but he's been a huge part. He's on his second year, so he's crazy. His potential is crazy. Can't wait to see what he does the rest of his career. Next, I'm throwing in Vita Vea. Vita Vea, the big dog from Tampa Bay. He got 6 sacks, 38 tackles. That man, he stuffs the whole pause. Okay, I got it, okay? Jesus, man. Okay, all right, whatever. He stuffs the hole. He's able to the run stop. He's been a reason why Tampa Bay's been so successful in stopping the run. Otherwise, that defense, not the greatest, but he's doing his job, I believe. So, big ups for Vita Vea, even though he might not have big ups. I don't know. Can the boy jump? I don't know. Next, linebackers, interior linebackers. I'm saying 2 from the AFC, 2 in the NFC. For the AFC side, I'm going Zaire Franklin for the first interior linebacker. He has 151 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions. Low-key, great season. I don't see a lot of people talking about him, but he's having a great season for the Colts. And, stepping up big when they have to. Second linebacker, I got Roquan Smith, 144 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception. No more to be said. Roquan Smith is one of the best linebackers in the league, and he's the heart of that Ravens defense. So, those are my 2 interior linebackers for the AFC side. For the NFC side, I'm going Bobby Wagner, man. Man. That man is but he's still making plays. He's still stepping up for that Commanders defense. That Commanders defense used to be one of the worst in the league last year. Now they're actually not that bad. He has 118 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 0 interception. He's been balling out this season, making plays. My second interior linebacker, I got Zach Bond. 144 tackles, 5 forced fumbles, and 1 interception. He kind of struggles a little bit with coverage. He allowed the game-winning touchdowns for the Redskins, ironically, but still, he's been one of the keys to that Eagles defense, making plays, stuffing the run, huge heat-seeking missile of football. So, gotta give my respect to Zach Bond. My second interior linebacker there. Next, we're going corners. Corners. Probably arguably one of the toughest positions to play in football. These 3 corners from the AFC side caught my eye, and I think they've been arguably one of the best in the league. Patrick Surtain, he's probably like the second favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year. Low-key great season. It's been compared to Stephon Gilmore's season when he won Defensive Player of the Year. He has 4 interceptions, 36 tackles, and 11 pass deflections. So, not a lot of people want to throw his way. So, yeah. And there's a reason why he's been shutting down their number ones. He's been having a great season. I think he's the best corner in the league right now. He's been playing like it. So, do my respect to Patrick Surtain. Second corner, I got Marlon Humphreys. From the Ravens, 6 interceptions, 63 tackles, 14 pass deflections. A lot of people do not want to throw his way either. He's been making plays, shutting down people. And he's a great coverage corner, so go Marlon Humphreys. My last corner, I'm going Derek Singletary. Derek Stingley. Jesus, Devin Singletary is a freaking running back, man. Derek Stingley Jr. 5 interceptions, 54 tackles, 18 pass deflections. That guy has hands. The way he's a ball hawk. The way he's able to get his hands on the football, he's incredible. I think he's been having a great season. Watching him playing against the Dolphins and take that ball out of Tyreek Hill's hand and the game-winning interception. So he's able to make plays, step up big for that Texas defense. So I got Derek Stingley Jr. in there. So those are my corners. Next for the NFC side, first one I got Byron Murphy Jr. A huge piece of that Vikings defense. Love his celebrations too. He's having a great season for them, and in a career where he hasn't been doing too high, he's been stepping up big time as of late. 6 interceptions, 71 tackles, and 13 pass deflections. He's been one of the better corners this year. I got him in. The Vikings, man, stepped up big, got that guys. Everyone's stepping up for that team. I like to see it. Second corner from the NFC side, I got Jaire Alexander. I know he missed some time, so that's why a little bit low on the tackle side, but it's all right. Two interceptions, 16 tackles, and 7 pass deflections. He's still one of the best corners in the league as well. He's a big piece of that Packers defense. And yeah, NFC sides were a little bit trickier to find corners. Third corner from the NFC side, I've got Jalen Johnson. That guy's a dog. His team isn't winning as much, but he's still making plays for them. That defense for the Bears side, they only got the 6 points from Seattle. So, 2 interceptions, 48 tackles, 7 pass deflections. He's been having a really good season. No one really talks about him that much. I know before the season started, people were hyping him up again, but ever since the Bears been kind of losing, yeah, no, people don't really talk about him. But I'm still gonna give my respect to him. I think he should make the Pro Bowl as well. So those are my 3 NFCs. All right, and then last but not least, I'm going safeties. I just put them all in one slide, all in one graphic. So my 3, I just have 6 total. No matter free safety, strong safety, I just kind of put them together. So my 3 safeties from the AFC side, I got Amani Hooker, Derwin James, and Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton, man, he's able to cover tight end. They call him the tight end eraser. He's good in coverage, been making plays for the Baltimore defense. So I think he's one of the better ones on the AFC side, so I give respect. Derwin James, he's been pretty good for the Chargers defense as well. He's been balling out. And then Amani Hooker, another rated one, he's been kind of leading the league in, or not leading the league, but he's up there in interceptions for that tight safety in the league. He's been up there in the league in interceptions, but he's been making plays. I know the Titans haven't been too hot either, but he's still making plays. NFC side, I gotta get the Lions, the pair of Lions, Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. Those two, great season. Stepping up for those Lions defense. I know they've been struggled in past defense in past years, but these guys have been helping out a ton. Brian Branch especially as well. Huge pickup or huge draft pick by the Lions. He's been making plays. So has Kirby Josephs, even though he likes to hit players a little bit low. But yeah. And then I also included Jesse Bates. Still a great corner. He's still a ball hawk. He's still able to get turnovers. I know the Falcons defense has been struggling a little bit, but not on his part. He's been doing his job, and he's still doing a great job at it. And yeah, that's my Pro Bowl teams for both the AFC and NFC side. Comment down below who you guys think should make the Pro Bowl. Who do you think was being snubbed? And do you guys agree with my Pro Bowl teams? Let me know down below. And then also, let me hear some feedback on the video from you guys. Are you guys enjoying the graphics? Are you guys enjoying the pace of the video? I'd love to hear some feedback from you guys. And also, if you like the video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please send support our way. And we appreciate you guys for watching. And we'll catch you guys next time. Later. Peace.